Now for Utah's most accurate forecast with Devin Lucy, WeatherRate certified 8 years in a row.
Welcome back to ABC4 News Midday to the first weather school of the year. We're in Salt Lake City, right? Why not have our capital city, right? For all of Utah to have our first weather school of the year. We are close to a certain park that I think a lot of people are familiar with in Salt Lake City, are we not? Yeah? Liberty Park, right? Which means we're at Liberty Elementary, which is actually really new, only 3 years old. So today you would think, well, we're doing weather school, but you would think, okay, weather school's not going to be that exciting today. Not a lot to talk about, but we did actually spend some time talking about a couple of different things, did we not? Right? Okay. It's fourth day of school for 2019. We'll just start off really easy, so it's just a really gimme here. What's the topic? What have we been talking about today? What's been the topic? The weather affects it, but it's really not particularly weather, but people would really, really want to know about this. What is your name?
Deja.
Deja. So what have we been talking about today?
We've been talking about the active wildfires.
The active wildfires, exactly right. So the weather's going to have a pretty big effect on those wildfires, right? And that means that we're going to have probably 3 big parts of the weather that are going to have a big effect on those fires. And I know at least 2 of them could immediately come to mind. What are the biggest weather factors that are going to affect that fire that's going on? We call this thing the Goose Point Fire is the name of it, and we got a map we'll show a little later on. What's your name?
Ethan.
Ethan. So can you name some of the weather features that are going to have a big effect on that fire?
A wind?
Yes, wind, number 1. Look at that, right straight on up. Do you know of any other things that might have an effect on that? It's okay. It's all right. We can give it to maybe somebody else. Does anybody else have any idea that I did mention there were about maybe 3 different things going on? We'll spin around here, get to the classroom here, Michael. Anybody other? What, maybe, do you think heat might affect that? Yeah, temperature, right? What has it been all week? Has it been cold? No, it's been what all week? What has it been all week?
Hot.
Hot. What's your name?
Jackson.
Jackson. Wonderful. That's my son's best friend's name. How about that, Jackson? I'll remember that one a little bit later. But we've been talking, we've had a hot week. We've got strong winds that have been up here today. So we have one particular warning, and I know it's not up here on this map, but we showed it earlier. There's a warning that I'm going to show during the weather. Does anybody ever remember the name for that? It's a particular kind of flag. It's a colored flag. Does anybody remember here? I'm going to run by Mr. Michael here. We're on backpack today. We're running by, what's your name?
Xavier.
Xavier. So what particular flag color do we have a warning for today?
Red flag.
That's it. Red flag warning. And the red flag warning means, you know, fire danger. Watch out. It is up today because what's really strong? The wind is really, really strong today. See? 5th grade class is sometimes one of my favorite classes to be. I didn't have to do a whole lot of leading in. You knew exactly what we were talking about here today. You ready to talk a little bit more weather to find out what that weekend might be? Are you ready for the weekend? Okay, all right. Well, it's first week of school. I mean, we're not working that hard yet, are we? Yeah, we're working really hard. Okay, thanks so much. I didn't mention Miss Rollins real quick. Miss Galiba, too, here, running our schools today in our 5th grade classroom. So let's do a little weather. I'll step behind Mr. Michael here and let him show the classroom. Let's get a look outside, and you just show what's going on, the most important thing, my friend here today, which is our class. Okay, so what's going on right now is a look outside where we've got clouds, and clouds are holding temperatures down a little bit. Temperatures across the region to where we are, but being held back from where previous days have been at this point, because the previous days with all that sun, it had been awfully hot. Even by this time, we'd been pushing 90 degrees in some cases. Here's a look at winds that have been up 10 to 20, possibly maybe even higher gusts in some cases. And just as we were discussing earlier, the red flag warning's in effect. What's been deemed a critical fire threat today, our level goes elevated, critical, very high, extreme. And we're in that really high one today. So what's causing those strong winds? Oh, storm system dropping a cold front. But notice I said a cold front. So as the firefighters fight the fire, they're at least going to get some cooler air. Do you think cooler air helps the fire conditions a little bit? Yeah. You're exactly right. I heard a yeah out there if you didn't. So the high-res pinpoint futurecast forecast, I said storm system. I showed cold front. Does that mean rain? Unfortunately, it doesn't mean any rain. We just get the clouds from it. So at least clouds are the only thing we'll see today. The clouds will clear tonight. We're back to sunshine tomorrow. But then a little cooler air behind that front. It's not that hot. Now, St. George, you're still hot. 103 today, 100 tomorrow into and through the weekend. Salt Lake City and the Wasatch Front, we're looking today lower 90s. But then let's go upper 80s to around 90 over the weekend. Liberty Elementary, Miss Rollins' 5th grade class, and Miss Galiba. Thank you for having me in today. Did you have a good time with Weather School? Awesome. I love to hear that. Even more so, I would like to have you say something on ABC4 News. We also like to say we're good for Utah. Can you help me wave goodbye and shout that out to everybody? On the count of 3. On the count of 3, okay? So at ABC4 News, we like to say that we are 1, 2, 3. Good for Utah. Okay, we'll do it again. On the count of 3, give me a good for Utah, okay? At ABC4 News, we like to say that we are 1, 2, 3. There. First day of school, it's okay. We'll do better on it.